What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. We're on the PTS and we are testing the brand new exotic gloves, the rugged gauntlets, which when we read about them in the notes seemed really strange. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. So these gloves come full DPS, red, crit chance, crit damage, which seems crazy good from the offset, but then we get this really weird talent, the iron grip. minus 50% recoil penalty when hip firing, minus 50% recoil penalty when blind firing from cover. Well, we never hit fire in this game unless you set on fire or something crazy like that, or you're under some kind of status, which is, you know, not doesn't happen very often. If it's PvP, you're probably dead at that point anyway. So this, you know, buff here really seems like it's pretty much useless. I really can't think of a situation, unless there's something we don't know about, and I very much doubt that because there's not really any content coming to the game for, you know, for the foreseeable. This really seems like a really odd choice. I don't really understand this at all, and if you've got any ideas at all, please throw them in the comments down below. And then the 50% recoil penalty, well, sometimes we do fire from cover, especially if you're using maybe an LMG or something like that, but really, would you take this for the minimal amount of use that you would use it over a different set of gloves that you can get, you know, maybe a brand set bonus from or something like that, or, you know, gear set bonus? You just wouldn't, right? It just doesn't seem to make any sense. You know, for instance, in the build I'm using now, I'd be taking Striker's gloves and I'd be putting on Coyote's mask, like, because the Coyote's mask bonus is just worth so much more than this minus 50% buff here. But let's just take a look at it. Let's not disregard them without doing that at least. And I've got the most crazy recoil gun of all time here, the Merciless, because we know what the Merciless is like. If I aim this thing, you know, it's just all over the place. Look at it, it's an absolute riot. The bullets aren't even going anywhere near where the dot is. But I have come up with another idea as well, and I thought I would bring this to the table just to see if maybe it's a combo thing. We've got Perfect Braced. Now, if we're going to use this with an LMG or something like that, we can sit in cover, that's fine. Usually with a rifle or something, we'll probably use a shield. So, you know, maybe this is a in cover, you know, I know recoil, you know, when hip firing, I mean, it's not for in cover there, but this bit is for in cover. So I don't know, I'm reaching to see if we can find some viability around this piece. So I'm stood still now. We've got my Merciless on, and you can see there's a great big jump. We all know in reality this thing is wild and really hard to control. And what we should do is we should take off Strikers as well. We're not bothered about numbers or anything like that, but we're all, because at the moment I'm adding 15% weapon handling from the two-piece bonus, and I don't really want to give it any extra buff right now. So you can see that it's a little bit more wild now as well, because we've just dropped 15%, and we probably wouldn't use Strikers with it anyway. So let's just hop into cover now, and we're going to fit. Now it's great now, that's because Brace is obviously kicking in, giving us a huge amount of weapon handling. And if we just double check, I think it's 50%, right? Yeah, 50% for Perfect Braced. We're getting, it's absolute like a laser. So what if we shoot this from cover? Hang on. I mean, it's still wild. Look at it. It's still absolutely wild. I mean, it stays in the circle pretty much. So you could kind of aim for the head, and you would tap, you know, a decent amount of headshot. If we stand out of cover, I mean, out of cover is rubbish because you don't even get a target. I mean, third party tools, it's just crying for us to be using third party tools. Hello, Crosshair X. Or then built in monitor ones. But I mean, it's all over the place. Look at it, it's absolutely wild. I just don't see the point in these gloves whatsoever. I don't see why you would ever put them on. I don't see any use case for them. You know, I really don't. This iron grip talent feels like it could be so much more. It could be so much better. It could be something like giving us, you know, weapon handling, or just something else. You know, when in cover, give us weapon. You know, be a mini braced, or I don't know. It could be anything but what it is. Essentially, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Not a long video for this one. I really don't think there's much point dragging this out. I can't think of anything else. I really was hoping that if I put it with braced, it would do something, but it kind of just doesn't, right? Like, we go into cover here. You know, how much of that effect is braced? Let's just take braced off. it just feels the same with or without brace. I mean, it's a little bit worse. It's a little bit worse. And if we take them off, yeah, so you can see the noticeable jump there, right? There is a noticeable jump, but I mean, it kind of makes it that the merciless is easier to use, like, but it's still just wild. Still just wild. I mean, you wouldn't use the gloves if you really wanted to use this such a wild weapon and you know, and lose out on DPS. The answer is still, I'm just going to use braced, because I'm not firing from cover like this. As you know, as nice as that is, how much of that in the game are you ever doing? And the hip firing one just seems like absolute nonsense. There's a tiny use case, tiny use case for when you're in cover, if you pair it with braced or some kind of accuracy. Maybe the 15% from strikers would be enough, a low amount of accuracy, but the gloves just don't seem exotic to me at all. I don't know what they do to you guys as well, but they just don't seem like they're exotic. I really would, it's a hard pass for me from them. They will go in the stash forever once we get them, and then I'll be used for exotic components. I mean, yeah, it's just not, the bloody knuckles, they were added last time. They were absolutely insane. These are so good for like raids, incursions and stuff and things like these, but I just don't see a use case for these whatsoever. And yeah, I've made this video really just to kind of hope that I'm wrong, and that you guys will like, Tickle, you're absolutely missing the point on these things. You should be using it like this, and this. But I've wrapped my brains. I've tried so many things, and yeah, even with the wildest of guns, it just doesn't seem to make any sense. And it wouldn't make any sense to use them with a non-wild gun, because it's not wild. It doesn't need the minus 50% at all, because it's already decent, and that's probably why we're using it, and we're not worrying about hitting barn doors and losing DPS. So yeah, not the greatest of exotics, I don't think. And you know, hopefully the feedback will go back, and hopefully they can get, you know, completely changed. The core attributes and attributes are brilliant. They're everything an all red build wants, but the talent is just garbage, absolutely garbage, as I would say in the vendor reset videos. That is going to be it for the video. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I really would appreciate the comments down below on this one. Hit that sub button if you're not subbed already. I would love that support, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, agents. Goodbye.